a billionaire's son, a lavish lifestyle, and a picture-perfect marriage, until it all came crashing down in the most horrifying way imaginable. Jyoti Danani, the wife of Peush Danani, vanished without a trace, leaving behind only chilling clues and unanswered questions. At first, it seemed like a straightforward case of kidnapping, a ransom demand that would soon be met with the endless wealth of the Danani family. But as investigators dug deeper, the truth became far more twisted than anyone could have predicted. Secrets surfaced, exposing a dark and sinister plot, one that would shock even the most hardened detectives. At first glance, Peush Danani and his wife, Jyoti, seemed to have it all: luxury, power, and a life most could only dream of. As the son of a billionaire, Peush was no stranger to extravagance, and his marriage to Jyoti was seen as the perfect union. But behind the glitz and glamour, a dark secret was waiting to be uncovered. One fateful day, Jyoti mysteriously disappeared. What started as a suspected kidnapping quickly spiraled into something far more sinister. The police launched an intense investigation, but with every new clue, the case took an unexpected turn. It wasn't just about ransom, it was about betrayal, hidden agendas, and a web of lies that no one saw coming. As shocking details emerged, the case of Jyoti Danani's disappearance became more than just a high-profile crime. It became a chilling puzzle that gripped the nation. What really happened to Jyoti? And more importantly, who was behind it? Stay with us as we uncover the disturbing truth behind one of the most shocking crimes in recent history. Mumbai, a city of dreams, where wealth and power often masked the darkest of secrets. The Danani family was one of the most influential in the business world, their name synonymous with success and luxury. Peush Danani, the heir to this vast empire, had everything: money, status, and a wife who was admired for her grace and beauty. Jyoti Danani was known for her elegance and charm, often seen at high-profile social events, smiling for the cameras, living what seemed like a fairy tale life. But beneath the glittering surface, not everything was as perfect as it seemed. Those close to the couple whispered of tensions behind closed doors, of a marriage that wasn't as picture-perfect as it appeared. Some say Jyoti felt trapped in a world where she had no real control, her every move scrutinized under the weight of the Danani legacy. Then, on a seemingly ordinary day, everything changed. Jyoti vanished without a trace. At first, it seemed like a targeted abduction, a wealthy billionaire's wife taken for ransom. But something about the case didn't add up. The ransom demand was delayed, the circumstances suspicious. And as investigators began piecing together the clues, they uncovered a far more twisted reality, one that would leave the nation in shock. What really happened to Jyoti Danani? And why did those closest to her seem to know more than they were willing to admit? As the days passed and Jyoti remained missing, panic spread through the Danani family. The police intensified their search, tracking down leads, analyzing security footage, and questioning those closest to her. Then, finally, a chilling breakthrough: the first ransom call. A voice, masked and distorted, demanded an enormous sum of money for Jyoti's safe return. It seemed like a classic case of kidnapping for ransom, but something wasn't right. For a family as powerful as the Dananis, paying a ransom should have been a simple transaction. Yet Peush Danani hesitated. Why? Was it fear? Or was there something he wasn't telling the police? Investigators found it odd that Peush, despite his wealth, seemed strangely distant throughout the ordeal. Meanwhile, the kidnappers never called again. The silence was deafening, and soon it became clear this was no ordinary kidnapping. Then the unthinkable happened. Jyoti's lifeless body was discovered on the outskirts of the city, dumped like an afterthought. The cause of death? Brutal strangulation. But the real shock came when forensic reports revealed something even more disturbing. Jyoti hadn't been killed immediately after her abduction. She had been held captive for days. The question was, why? As investigators dug deeper, inconsistencies in Peush's statements became evident. Phone records painted a damning picture: calls between Peush and an unknown number on the very night of Jyoti's disappearance. Even more chilling CCTV footage from their home showed a tense argument between the couple just days before she vanished. Was Peush hiding something? Did he know more than he was letting on? The deeper investigators looked, the more tangled the web of secrets became. Rumors surfaced. whispers of an extramarital affair, business rivalries, and a potential conspiracy that reached far beyond a simple crime of passion. The Danani family, desperate to control the narrative, tried to keep the media at bay, but the truth was beginning to crack through the carefully constructed facade. Who really orchestrated Jyoti's kidnapping and murder? Was it an outsider with a vendetta, or was the danger lurking much closer to home? As the investigation unraveled, the shocking truth would leave the world in disbelief. Then came the moment that shattered the entire case wide open. A shocking piece of evidence surfaced, one that pointed the investigation in a completely new direction. Hidden security footage from a nearby highway showed a car matching Peush Danani's luxury vehicle near the remote location where Jyoti's body was found. But Peush wasn't alone. Sitting in the passenger seat was someone unexpected, his longtime friend and business associate, Rohan Mehta. As the police zeroed in on Rohan, his alibi crumbled under scrutiny. Phone records placed him near Jyoti's last known location, and his financial statements revealed a series of suspicious transactions, large cash withdrawals leading up to the crime. The tension reached its peak when Rohan was brought in for questioning. At first, he denied everything, but under relentless interrogation, cracks began to form in his story. Then the confession came, a confession that sent shockwaves through the entire Danani empire. Rohan admitted to being involved, but not alone. He claimed that Peush himself had orchestrated the entire crime. The motive? A crumbling marriage, a secret affair, and a fight over a fortune that Jyoti had discovered Peush was hiding from his own family. She had threatened to expose him, to walk away with her share of the wealth, and that was a risk Peush wasn't willing to take. The truth was darker than anyone could have imagined. Peush had staged the kidnapping to throw off suspicion, instructing Rohan to handle the ransom call. But when the plan didn't unfold as smoothly as they had hoped, things took a violent turn. Jyoti was kept captive for days, her fate hanging in the balance, until Peush finally made the brutal decision to silence her forever. With Rohan's confession, Peush Danani was arrested, his carefully constructed world collapsing around him. The media erupted with the scandal, exposing the dark underbelly of the billionaire's perfect life. The man who once had everything, wealth, power, and privilege, was now facing the ultimate downfall. But one question still lingered. Was Rohan telling the whole truth? Or was there yet another twist waiting to be uncovered? As the trial loomed, the final pieces of this twisted puzzle were yet to fall into place. As the trial unfolded, the world watched in shock. Peush Danani, once a symbol of wealth and prestige, now stood in court, accused of orchestrating his own wife's brutal murder. Rohan Mehta's testimony, combined with damning forensic evidence and financial records, sealed Peush's fate. The jury found him guilty of conspiracy to commit murder, and he was sentenced to life in prison. Justice had been served, but at what cost? The Danani empire, once untouchable, crumbled under the weight of scandal. Jyoti's tragic fate became a chilling reminder of how greed, betrayal, and power can destroy even the most privileged lives. Yet lingering doubts remained. Some believed that Rohan Mehta wasn't just an accomplice, but the true mastermind, using Peush as a pawn. Others speculated that deeper family rivalries played a role, secrets that still lay buried. Was the full truth ever revealed? Or was this just the surface of a much darker conspiracy? In the world of the rich and powerful, justice may be served, but the truth is often far more elusive. If this story shocked you, imagine how many more hidden truths are out there. What do you think? Was Peush truly the mastermind? Or was there someone else pulling the strings? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if you found it intriguing, subscribe for more gripping true crime stories, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Share this video to uncover the dark realities lurking behind power and privilege.